What the actual is that? Hey guys, MrPokke here. So this is going to be the latest 4.2, right? This should be 4.2. Alright, it's 4.1 data, which was collected back then and now published during 4.2. So the latest data for Memory of Chaos as well as MOC Shadow is going to be mentioned over here. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. I'm just gonna take a guess, right? I'm just gonna take a guess. Fastest clear, Silver Wolf. Second fastest clear, Elation Flagship. Third fastest clear, Super Break. Fourth fastest clear, DOT. Let's see. So, what the actual just happened to DOT clear faster than Super Break? Okay, let's just break this down a little bit. So we do have the fastest clear being our Elation Flagship, to absolutely no one's surprise. Sparksy actually clearing a little bit faster than Silver Wolf as a sub DPS. Most likely because of the fact that some Silver Wolf mains probably skipped Yao Guang, skipped Sparksy, or skipped both because they hate Silver Wolf and they want to bring down her score. So that is gonna be done though. Hue actually being the fastest clearing sustain out of everyone and their moms, because you know you can work with the Elation Flagship, you can work with the DOT, and as you can see over here, DOT is gonna be performing a little bit faster than even Super Break right here, right? Well, Yang actually coming in at rank 5 on E0SX. 1.63%. Very likely this is gonna be due to the handful of well mains running bro as a sustain well, right? Sustain well, absolutely exceptional. Just 0.1 higher than Yao Guang at 33.24. And Remembrance, as of right now, is gonna be the second fastest clearing team, to no one's surprise. EMC actually doing a pretty decent-ish clear, so I am quite glad with that. And then we do have Sparksy as a main DPS. Obviously not in the same goddamn ballpark as Silver Wolf. So number one thing I want to just say right now, I've said this for my previous tier list analysis for Prydwen. So when the actual are we dropping Sparksy main DPS to 0.5? Because there's no if a main DPS is gonna be clearing an entire cycle slower in the same tier, right? So let's just drop more. Same shit for Avernite, by the way. Same shit for Avernite. Wait, where's Avernite main DPS? Oh, is that so? Okay, actually, you know what? Avernite main DPS didn't have that big of a difference between casters, but like Sparksy is a pretty big difference, right? So that is gonna be done over here. Cyrene exactly at 6. Not 6.1, not 5.9, exactly at 6.0. So very nice. Casters is gonna be normal. HMC gonna be likely for Super Break sustainers clears, and we have a couple of higher scene. Fu Xuan actually going up quite high at a 1.16% usage. Probably because of some Elation users, they do not have Huan, so they just ran Fu Xuan. Avernite main DPS, Black Swan as well as Kafka as well as Hysilence, clearing slightly faster than Firefly, which is honestly pretty interesting. I did not expect Super Break to be clearing slower than DOT, but and then what to do, Spargo is definitely going to be boosted by either them E1 archers, or rather a couple of sustainless archer clears, or you just run bro with Elation sustainless as well, right? Then Asheville at an exact 6.7 cycle, which is not really that surprising considering he just came out, so the environment is definitely going to be shown towards him, so that is fantastic. DHPD doing DHPD things. Fuke is just going to be a little bit more chill. Dahlia is also going to be a little bit more chill, and then the rest of the break, okay, it's not even DOT versus break. It is basically DOT versus Firefly, because where the fuck is the other two breakers? Oh, yeah, they are dead, right? So it is basically just DOT versus Firefly. Then moving on a little bit more, we have Asheville at a all data consideration at 6.9 cycle, meaning Fei Xiao shouldn't be doing that badly. Lingsha is not too sure. Oh, Tip actually went down like, damn, she is not even in the top 3 rows anymore, which is just really unfortunate, which kind of justifies her placing at no longer tier 0 for Memory of Chaos. Almost the same as Run Mei is kind of crazy, right? Then we have RMC still chilling. Asta definitely went up by a lot because people are running Asta with Silver Wolf. It's a pretty decent team. Scylla just completely fucking exploded. by going down into a 7.23 cycle at E0, most definitely because of Nikador, right? She actually does extremely well against Nikador. If you have not tried Stella against Nikador, you should try Stella against Nikador. Then My Day is just chilling with My Day. Gallagher doesn't change too much. Sunday is almost the exact same. Final. Wait, where is Final actually? Oh, Final is a little bit low. Most likely because the age of a Final mains where they do not have Bros E2 is starting to show a little bit more over here. So that is gonna be that. Cypher, I don't even know who the fuck is using Cypher except for the... Okay, you know what that means? It's like Aggron mains don't even argue with you anymore. They just look at you like this. Yeah, that is basically how Aggron mains do be doing. Aglea is just gonna be chilling here. I'm not sure who is gonna be using Adventuring. We have a sub DPS. Wait, where is Diona? Where is Diona? Oh. Okay, you know what? I retract my Acheron Slender. I retract, because how the f is a version 3 DPS on a higher tier in MOC clearing slower than a version 2 DPS at 1.5 MOC? Like, how is this a thing, bro? Like, who is she? What does she even do, bro? Tell me, Prydwen, what the actual does she even do? So let me just know when you found the answer. Then we do have a little bit of Silver over here that's gonna be quite chill. Archer honestly went down by quite a bit, but he is free, guys. He's literally free, right? So if you want to compare Archer's real performance, slap him on with an E1 and you see how bro is gonna pop out. So that's yo, this is a lie, by the way. This is a lie. This is a slender. This is unacceptable. There's absolutely zero chance in the whole world where Fei Xiao clears Nikador slower than Aggron.
The greatest Fei Xiao agenda pusher that has ever lived.
Actually unacceptable, right? This is slender to the highest degree. How the hell is Fei Xiao, who just got Asheville at E0, clearing slower than a Aggron before she even gets any vertical support in version 4? Not saying that she will definitely get one, but I'm just saying, bro. So this is actually just slender. Absolutely not. We need to kill all of the in-game, right? We need to remove the Fei Xiao LARPers, bring them to justice, slap everyone the amount of Ego, 4-piece, and E2, and then we can see the actual performance, right? Saber, not too shabby. Bubbin is just doing bubbin things. This is just gonna be chill. And everyone else just kind of just died. Yep, everyone. Ooh. Okay, this. I think Yun Li probably can cook against Kafka. Low-key. I feel like Yun Li can cook against Kafka. Alright, but in any case, that is gonna be our Memory of Chaos statistic. Let's take a look at E2+. E2+. Holy! E2 Sparksy is a whopping 2.16 cycles, which is almost an entire cycle faster than E2 Silver Wolf. That is quite crazy. And then this is just zero cyclers, right? Classic zero cyclers with E2 Firefly, so no comments over there. Which is why you see how E2 Firefly's performance instantly shot the fuck out the moment you activate them E2. Same thing, E2 Avenite is pretty much the real main. As a matter of fact, you know what? Why would you even pull Cassius when you can pull E2 Avenite? It is what it do, right? Then we have Fugue over here with the E2 DDD. Very, very nice. And then all of these are just gonna be the classic Avenite as well as E2 Firefly additional damage. E2 Cyrene, a 3.67 absolute banger. So that is gonna be done. Huan with E2, I don't think she changes that much, but it's just more so that the team comms you use Huan with at E2 is gonna be performing substantially better. So that is gonna be that. Caster's classic usage. So that is gonna be chill. Sparksy as a sub DPS, that's also chill. I don't even know what bro does. Well Yang at E2, definitely seeing some potential on a sustainer as well Yang. And then E2 Yao Guan with the speed buff as well as additional 4D AHA instance is going to be very, very good. Hia is Hia. DOT definitely do not scale as well at E2. Okay, DOT as a team, right? For any DOT mains, they tend to scale. The perfect spot is at E1. usually it's E1 S1. Most of their E2s don't really do too much, at least if you were to compare with like an E2 DPS. Right, like if you do E2 Ammonite versus E2 Black Swan, you're not comparing. But you do E1 versus E1, DOT kind of scales a lot. So that is gonna be done. So Teep, very, very good with the E1 Tribi and DDD combo. Scylla actually made it to the first 2 rows. I'm actually kind of surprised because like her items up onto E4 doesn't really change too much. So the fact that with E2 Scylla actually outperforming E2 Final is fucking insane. But we'll just, oh wait, it's one guy. Okay, it's one guy, right? So then we have Saridra, Sparksy, main DPS, Asheville at a 4%, Lingsha, Tingyun, Spargo, and Asheville. Final, unfortunately, at E2 is gonna be not looking too good, which is, I mean, 4.8 is still really, really good, but it's just not gonna be looking that good anymore. Then we have DHPD, Car, Babin, Aglea is gonna be chill. I don't even know how to fight is this possible, but I guess E2 Argenti is better than E2 Anexa for support. Sunday is gonna be chilling with a sub DPS Anexa. Pella alongside, I'm guessing, with Akron. That's why Akron E2 is gonna be at 5.83. And there it is, guys. And there it is. Yo, what do you see here? I see with my eyes the better
the greatest Fei Zhao agenda pusher that has ever lived.
Okay, fantastic. Then Archer at a E2 is gonna be at a 5.6 cycle dispatch. Mosaic kinda actually got a little bit higher than Asville. Oh wait, no, he's not. Asville is just definitely gonna be better over there. Jingyuan actually getting off a clear with wrap up, and then the rest of the units here, they are kinda off. Oh yeah, who did not clear? Oh. Very, very, very interesting. So that is gonna be our Memory of Chaos statistics. So let's just jump down into the appearance. Sustain still gonna be rank 1. Remembrance Flagship is still the most popular team. Hopefully Yao Pu for Yao Guang for the Elation mains, right? Okay, like for example, my free-to-play account Bob, I'm not putting Yao Guang because I'm gonna be skipping Elation. But if you are going to be an Elation main, then you know, that's gonna be there over there. Spargo is free, so to no one's surprise, we have a bit of a Teep, Sunday, Huan. DOT is getting decently popular. We have a couple of Sparksy main DPS. Sparksy main DPS actually has a higher appearance than the main push. That is surprising. Bro, as I say on launch, Avanite has more appearance than casters. That is actually pretty interesting. Because this is not just in a sub DPS perspective, it is running Sparksy as a main DPS. Unless you're telling me people want to skip Silver Wolf for Evanesia. Let me know what you guys think. I'm actually a little bit sure that Sparksy main DPS has a higher appearance, right? So Dadia is gonna be chilling. Final is actually at a decent-ish rate alongside Firefly. These are gonna be kind of chill. Lingsha, D, Herda kind of went down a little bit. All these other data just doesn't look that crazy. Then we have a little bit more popularity for Fei Zhao instead of Akron, so that's great. Nobody plays these DPS anymore, waiting for the Saber buff one fine day, and the rest of them are going to be done, right? Alright, so with that out of the way, let's take a peek right here. Ah, yes. Holy main push performance, chat. Let's take a peek here. Main push performance. So you have the main push DPS with the main push shield MOC buff and the main push shield enemy targets. The triple threat of a main push, giving us a main push performance coming in at rank 1. If she did not hit rank 1, she will never hit rank 1. So this is completely acceptable. Sparksy coming down a little bit at 1 cycle change. Asville, kind of one guy, but it is what it is. Caster is still maintaining her most popular used DPS at the best performance. Firefly coming in at a very close 5th place. So we have Girlfriend 1 and Girlfriend 2. Okay, this, yo, Prydwen, you might want to consider giving Firefly Pure Fiction Tier 0 one day, because I personally think after Firefly's Nova Flare, right, her performance in Pure Fiction is honestly really, really good. So if this is gonna be triple tier 0, I can see Firefly being triple tier 0. So and I want to do. Then Heisland is gonna be chilling as a DOT main. Then Evernight is just gonna be chilling with this main DPS perspective. Archer coming out better than both Mighty and Finon. Nexa is kind of chilling. Saber and D-Herder are the two biggest. I'm not gonna say anything. Then Aglaya rep. Ooh. Okay, this is a lie. This is slender to the highest degree. I will not accept that. But what is not slender is a... Wait, Scylla actually cleared faster than Aggron, guys. Damn. Scylla clearing faster than Aggron on average is actually kinda interesting. A 1.0 DPS against a version 2 anniversary unit. That is very, very interesting. So we'll see how Aggron's Nova Flare is going to happen one fine day. DPS doesn't support DPS wise. Sparksy is the absolute fastest clear. I mean, shield environment and all that. Then we have Evernight, very normal. DOT doing DOT things. Nexa is a little bit cool because bro is being held back. Asvale is fine. Who even uses J? And everyone else is kind of just dead. Supports. EMC is actually having the fastest cycle. Wow. Okay, I'm guessing this is most likely because we have data from only a single cycle, whereas for every other unit we have data for like 3 cycles. All right, that's why it's gonna be a little bit inconclusive. Yao Guang still a very, very popular pick for the elation supports. Cyrene is being Cyrene. I hope you guys didn't skip her for the Amphoria's mains. Then HMC is actually gonna be chilling with all the super breakers, so Rame is gonna be homeless now. And then we have few Sparkle Dahlia around a very, very similar caliber. Ooh. Okay, you know what? This is a pretty good slender post, guys. Remember when Cyrene got Doom posted? Hey. Bro, they call me Mr. Cyrene back in those days, bro. I was defending against every single Cyrene hater in the entire fucking planet, right? And look where we are right now. Look where we are right now, right? So let's go down a little bit more. RMZ is chilling. Car is just Car. Sarija is held back by, I guess, Final is going to be a little bit low over here. Sun? Bro is going to be joining his sister very, very soon. All those other units going to be a little bit low. Wow! I believe this is the first time ever I see Hue clearing the fastest in the sustain category. I think this is legit the first time in the past 2 years I've ever seen Hue being rank 1 sustain. Beating Hyacinth by 0.078 cycle dispatch, which is honestly absolutely exceptional. Then we have Lingsha coming out a little bit higher than DHPD, but also because he is a lot more popular. Inclusive of casuals using him, so it is what it is. Gallagher is still doing not too shabby. Then Fu Xuan and Avenger is chilling. Luocha is kind of donezo. And I want to do anybody, guys. So with that, we are gonna move on into the final segment, and that is gonna be the team comms most popular for MOC stage 12. I am guessing most popular side 1, which is gonna be up against what's the guy's name again? Nicador Avocado. I'm gonna be guessing it is with Elation, and then the second half it is going to be Elation, right? So let's take a peek right here. Okay, never mind. I'll go fuck myself. So rank 1 most popular team is still going to be the Remembrance flagship, to absolutely no one's surprise. And then the rank 1 for the second half is going to be the Wait. Silver Wolf was used less than Sparksy? Okay. The thing is, this team clears though. Just because this is the more popular team does not make this the better team. As you can clearly see, we are clearing almost 2 cycles faster at E0 and E1 investment respectively, right? So that is gonna be done. So even though I guess not enough people pulled for Silver Wolf, huh? Okay, also, yeah, fair. This MOC reset, it happened before Silver Wolf's banner. So if casuals already cleared MOC 12 without Silver Wolf, they wouldn't bother about Silver Wolf. Like, they wouldn't clear it again, right? Because they already got the 3 stars, right? So I guess what's gonna happen is that majority of the HSR players, when they are done with MOC, even though the banner came in right now, they wouldn't use her anymore because they already did it, right? So I guess that makes a lot more sense why Silver Wolf didn't get as much of an appearance rate, even though she is gonna be clearing fast. You clear 3 times with Silver Wolf just for fun. You know what's fun? By dropping a pro. But in any case, our rank 1 and rank 2 and rank 4, it is all going to be the Remembrance flagship. The difference between Cyrene, Teep, as well as RMC, with Cyrene coming at the fastest possible clear. Rank 3 is gonna be DOT without Huang Huang on DHPT, and then Sunday main DPS with Asheville is gonna be the 5th slot, and then everyone else just me. Okay, you know what? 7.85 cycle at 1.3% is not even that bad. Right, this is not that bad because it's still a 7.85 cycle. A clear is a clear, right? Then everyone else on the second half is mainly the flagship for Elation. We have a Finon main push team, as well as the flagship for the Firefly girlfriend, right? So with that, starting by cycles, what the actual is that? I don't even know how the fuck is this even possible, because we have a full E0 team on the triple DOT sustainers using Cyrene as the glue that holds everyone together. And the second fastest clear against... Okay, Asville is to no one's surprise, right? Because bro was built for Negado Armagado. Then we have Cyrene, RMC, and Teep giving us a charge. So we're going to be dealing a significant amount of follow-up attack, which means that we can hit the targets very frequently, right? Because Mimi punch a lot, Trivi punch a lot, Cyrene punch a lot. So this one is pretty good. But I'm actually genuinely sure that DOT is the fastest clearing team. Try this, but I will definitely try this on Tuesday, right? Today we are just a little bit short on time. And then we have... Why is a E1 plus Sparksy worse than a E0 Sparksy? Who the fuck is using this team, bro? In any case, we have a 0.33 cycle at an E2 Silverwolf Sustainless Elation, right? Very, very good. Then we have the free support for Asda into Silverwolf, and then we have our 0 cycle triple Elation double hee coming in here with an exceptional clear without EMC. And then the rest of the stuff is just going, oh, Scylla. Yo, this team not too shabby, guys. Is this not a free team? Free. This is technically a 0 cost team, guys, which is still gonna be coming in the top 10. So that is very, very exceptional. And then we... Oh, this is main DPS well. I see it very, very cool. Then for the second half, it's just, oh, Silverwolf, 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 and then we have a Finon and a Firefly. So mainly Silverwolf, except that... How? Chat, how, guys? How the fuck is this one guy doing it? So TLDR, you should skip Silverwolf, get Yao Guang, pull Hee, and then all in E2 Evanesia, because Silverwolf was actually... Silverwolf is gonna be getting the Acheron. Oh wait, also Mimemi. Very interesting concept over here. The tiers for the fastest clear in sub stage 1 and sub stage 2 was pretty exceptional, right? We'll definitely test out this team very soon, but I am just genuinely sure that both have a 0 cycle done by 1 guy or like 7 guys. I'm not sure how many this is. It is very interesting with a DOT Cyrene and an RMC Elation team, right? Okay, last portion. Who do y'all want to see? Who do y'all want to see? You know what? Let's just take a peek right now. Acheron first. Alright, so we have a 7 cycle dispatch for Acheron. 9 cycles with E2. Very interesting. And then for the second half, we have a 5.33 with a Silver Wolf and Trippy. Alright, that is not too shabby. Okay, this team cleared exceptionally well. 3.77. Which is also Acheron's best in slot, right? With E1 Trippy, E2 Silver Wolf, you get a shit ton of debuff. So this is technically Acheron's best in slot, so it is gonna be very nice. Let's take a look at the better DPS. And look at that, guys. Bro, look at that. 4 cycle dispatch, right? 4 cycle dispatch. Look at that. 0.5 cycle dispatch, guys. Come on, bro. 0.25 cycle dispatch. Come on, chat. Come on. No. Bro, you know what? We don't even need face out with Azure. Just look at a team without Azure, guys. Okay, so let's see a team without Azure. Look at it. 6.42 and 5.38, guys. That is genuinely not too shabby, right? Bro, we have a motherfucker using March 7, bro. That is not too shabby. Bro, the whole best, bro. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. Not too 7, right? Not too 7. This guy was running it down, so I'm just gonna disqualify this man. Bro, look at that. 6 cycle dispatch, chat. 6 is 6, guys. So TLDR phase out is a better DPS. If you don't agree, you get banned. So that's that. Okay, 5 light. Let's take a peek. So for both first half and second half, HMC is actually the best sustainer slot over runway at both E0 and E1 plus investments. Albeit it is not a very big difference. It is a less than 1 cycle difference, but a difference nonetheless. Good thing is, if you were to use HMC, it means you're sacrificing EMC and RMC, and runway is free. But unfortunately, it does appear that the super break multiplier as well as the DDD spam on HMC, it is just really good value when it comes to saving you action value. So that is in fact going to be the power of not HMC, but DDD, bro. If HMC could not cast DDD this frequently, bro would not be alright. But DDD just way too fucking bastard. And then if you were to use a Firefly with a sustain, her performance falls off by quite a bit. By roughly 2-ish cycles, which is not even that bad. Alright, 7.38, 7.32 with a sustain. That is not even that bad for the casuals. We have a 5 cycle dispatch without Fuke, which is, I mean, it is what it is. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. Let's take a look at Finon, I guess. Okay, we can see Finon, I guess. Take a peek. Okay, Finon is like, he does very well at E2. If you don't have E2, he just eats shit and die in game. Bro, look at the fucking gap, guys. Bro, we are literally going from 10 cycle to half that, bro. We half that shit. Like, literally, the disparity is actually fucking insane between E0 and E2, right? I don't think there's any other DPS in HSR that has this big of a gap between an E0 and an E2. So if you are a Finon main, E2 at this point, it is you basically play a different unit, right? So that is gonna be done. Very exceptional Finon main. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm not saying that Evanesia needs her E1, but I can see Evanesia, the gap between E0 and E1 is gonna be absolutely fucking enormous. Like, it will legitimately be absolutely fucking enormous. Probably comparable to this data right here, where like she will probably still clear very well because it's gonna be Elation Shield. So maybe E0 Evanescence will clear in like 5 or 4 cycles. But the moment you get E1, it will like halve it. Right? That is how strong I believe Evanescence E1 is gonna be. So if they want to do E1D, definitely E1. 100 billion 1000% E1 Evanescence. Or if anyone tells you to get S1 first, they're lying to you or they're LARPing, right? Okay, one last unit before we bounce, and that is going to be T. Yo, Team is fine, guys. Bro, look at that 0 cycle. Bro, look at that 0 cycle. Bro, Team is fine, guys. Yo, Team is fine. Right? Just even without the E1, we are still doing 5 cycle dispatch. Right? 5 cycle dispatch with Asheville, 5 cycle dispatch with Avanite, right? 5 cycle dispatch. 5 cycle dispatch with the Elation flagship. Wait, does Team clear faster than EMC for Silver Wolf? Nah. Wait, Asta actually clears faster than Team. But one thing I've noticed is Yao Guang is almost non-negotiable. Every single Silver Wolf team literally has Yao. Okay, except for this one guy. Right, this one guy did not have Yao Guang. So that's not too shabby. But every single... Okay, this guy used the power of Well Yang. Well Yang Team E0 on E... Okay, 4 cycle on this, the literal one guy. That is still pretty impressive, right? But everyone else do be slapping on their Yao Guang, which is very, very good. Okay, one last DPS check, because I do need to wrap up this video. It's been a little bit long. One last DPS. Name me one last DPS. Scylla? I bet. Boom. Okay, so nobody used Scylla in second half. 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 10 is actually fucking insane. 6, a lot of 6. Right, we have quite... Whoa. 0.25. 0 cycle. 0 cycle dispatch. Whoa. Yo, this team looks kind of clean. I noticed that definitely the best performance for Scylla will definitely be with Ceridra, right? Okay, but this guy is like, ooh. So it looks to be a Ceridra bumping, but this was with Huan. So TLDR Huan ruined Scylla, right? You kind of want to go all in, right? If you want to sustain, you increase by like 5 cycles. If you take out the sustain, bro becomes 0 cycle. That is 4.67 with Car. Okay. 8 cycle with a fucking team and a Fu Xuan. 0 cycle with a free team. What the? Wait, this is crazy though. 0 cycle with a free team. Okay, I'm guessing this has to be E2 Sparkle with like E1 or E2 Scylla. And then free and free. That is a pretty crazy ass fucking clear, guys. The one guy. Another... Wait, Scylla actually has a shit ton of 0 cycles. But like the difference between 0 cycle and like clearing is like huge. It's like she either 0 cycles or like boom 8.5 cycles. There's like no in between. You either become an elitist or you die as a casual. Right? That is bro, there's no like middle ground. Right? All in or nothing. Right? So with that, we are gonna come into the end of the latest Memory of Chaos statistics update. TLD. Okay. Did Silver Wolf flop? Is Remembrance okay? How long will Tribby last? Subscribe to MrPokke. Join Twitch, join Discord, use code BOOT for 10% off game myself. All the best for guys. I will see you guys next time. Thank you.